Hey guys, before we get started, I mentioned in my previous video that I was originally going to make an in-depth breakdown of all the stat changes for each of the charge blades. However, it just became a 25-minute long video of me just talking about small number changes, and it was really boring and no one wants to watch that. But I figured for anyone who cares about all the numbers and the changes and everything like that, I left a link in the description to a PDF file where I tabled all the numbers and everything like that from my pre-patch and post-patch testing. So if anyone that's interested out there, again, you can find the download link in the description. Anyways, let's get started. Today I got some sets for you guys, this time focusing on the charge blades. I wanted to have a decent build for the new Deviljho charge blade, but I also wanted to find like the best new set for the Diablo's Tyrannus because, well, even though it got nerfed, it's still one of the best weapons in the game and one of the top 3 charge blades. Not just because of its actual damage output, but because it's a non-elemental weapon, and therefore it's very viable and a one-size-fits-all solution. That being said, there might be a contender for the new best charge blade in the game, so let's get started. Like I said in the beginning of the video, I wanted to make a really good set for the Deviljho charge blade and another one for the Diablos. Well, it turns out the same set works just as well, Lamau. First off, the Deviljho charge blade. This thing has no slots, unfortunately, but just like the rest of the charge blades in this video, it has 2 augment slots, which I've filled out with an attack increase and a health regen augment. The same thing goes for all the other charge blades as well. The armor set we're going to be using is the Nergigante Helm Alpha, the Damascus Chest Piece Beta, the Diablos Nero Braces, the Nergigante Coil Beta, and the Nergigante Greaves Beta. We're also going to be using the Unscathed Charm to give us 2 points in peak performance. And now the jewels. The helmet has a level 1 slot that I've outfitted with an artillery jewel, not heavy artillery, just artillery. Just want to make that clear. The chest piece has 3 level 1 slots I've outfitted with 2 artillery jewels to max out artillery, and 1 attack jewel. The gauntlets have a level 2 slot and a level 1 slot. In the level 2 slot, I've put a dragon attack jewel. This will increase your overall damage, but most importantly, the damage of your files, since the Deviljho charge blade has a power element file type. If you so wish, you can slot anything else in here, really, but the extra damage feels really nice. If you want, you can also slot in another dragon attack jewel instead of an attack jewel, or if you just don't have any additional attack jewels, since they are pretty rare. But after some testing, I've come to prefer the attack jewel over the dragon, because although your files are a bit stronger, all your other attacks are just weaker overall. The coil has a level 2 slot I've outfitted with a flawless jewel to max out peak performance, and the boots have a level 2 slot I've outfitted with a magazine jewel to give us capacity boost. This one is pretty much mandatory on any charge blade build, so one way or another, try to find a slot to put this jewel in. Now as a whole, we have level 5 attack boost, maxed out focus, maxed out peak performance, maxed out artillery, maxed out maximum might, 1 point into dragon attack, and capacity boost. Now, you never really use stamina with charge blade, which means that maximum might will be active most of the time, giving you 30% affinity, completely cancelling out the negative affinity that Deviljho charge blade has by itself. With the weapon having a health regen augment, and we have Nergigante Hunger as a set bonus, which heals us as we attack monsters, we're going to find ourselves at full health a lot of the time. Usually any main type damage combo can heal you back up to full health if you happen to take damage while blocking, guard pointing, or, just being hit by a random attack. From a non-tempered monster, of course. So peak performance will benefit you quite often. Since it's maxed, it's going to give you plus 20 attack. That's 1 point less than maxed out attack boost. To top it all off, you also have artillery to increase the damage of your files and capacity boost to go along with it, and the little extra bit of dragon damage. This set is by far the strongest set for charge blade. The reason for that being, it's not just for this one charge blade. This works for literally every single charge blade. And because of that, it's the exact same set we're going to use for the Tyrannus. The only change here will be to replace the dragon attack jewel in the gauntlets for a non-elemental boost jewel. Because the Diablos is not tied to one element, you can still take this thing anywhere and kill absolutely everything. This is a lot of stats. A lot of really big numbers are going to be popping up on your screen. But there might be something out there better than this. Better than the Tyrannus. Better than the Tyrannus ever was. And I mentioned it in my previous video. the Hazak Aspida. Like I said, I quickly mentioned this in my last video, but this thing got a huge buff to its file damage. Its original stats were already pretty good, but now it's just insane. For this one, we're going to use the same set as the Deviljho, but with the added benefit that the weapon itself has a slot, which means we can put another dragon jewel on it. Of course, it's tied to the dragon element, so you won't be able to take it everywhere, but to anything that has even 1-star weakness to dragon, this thing will outperform every other charge blade, including the Diablos, by a mile. Seriously, if you're having trouble with elders or even Joe himself and you haven't tried this thing out yet, go and do yourself a favor and pick one up. Conclusion, the Diablos still amazing, but against anything remotely weak to dragon, the Hazak should be your go-to. To be honest, even though the Deviljho charge blade looks amazing, it's just a crappier version of the Hazak Aspida. Even if it has high Elder Seal, you can just slot in an Elder Seal jewel in the Gauntlet's level 2 slot and give the Hazak high Elder Seal if you really wanted to. Kinda disappointed because, again, it just looks so fucking good. But like I've said before, anything is viable in Monster Hunter, so if you're going for style points, feel free to use whatever you like. So to recap, this set is probably the best one for Charge Blade right now. You can use any Charge Blade, just swap out the gems and the gauntlets to whatever element you're going to be using, and if the weapon itself has any slots, of course, like the Rathalos Charge Blade, slot in the elemental jewels accordingly, and you're good to go. Well, that's going to be it for me, guys. I hope you found this video useful. Go ahead and try out this set. Let me know how it went for you. Of course, if you have any suggestions or anything like that, leave them in the comments and I'll gladly check them out. If you guys have any sets of your own, leave them down there. I'll give them a try. I'll give them a spin. Alright guys, thanks for watching. Take it easy.